minute can open your eyes. One book can open your world. Knowledge gives you power. Read and rise higher. 9R Tree. Better life begins in a book.
Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9R Tree's podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. Side Hustle: From Idea to Income in 27 Days by Guillebeau is a fast-moving blueprint for turning a small spark into real revenue without quitting your day job. Drawing on hundreds of case studies from everyday people, the author breaks the journey into short daily actions that build momentum and confidence. You begin by gathering and scoring ideas, then select one with strong profit potential, shape it into a clear offer, and launch to your first customers in less than a month. The tone is practical and encouraging, with scripts, checklists, and examples that show exactly what to say and do. Rather than betting big or waiting for perfect conditions, the method favors low-risk experiments, smart positioning, and quick iteration. If you want a second income that fits a busy life, this step-by-step guide gives you a reliable path to get started now. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, build an arsenal of ideas and choose the right one. Week 1 focuses on idea generation and selection, replacing vague brainstorming with a repeatable system. You map your skills, interests, and resources, then look for problems you can solve for specific groups. The book offers prompts for crossovers, combinations, and adaptations, so you can turn ordinary talents into paid offers. Each idea is scored on profit potential, ease of implementation, and how quickly it can reach a buyer. A simple decision matrix helps you compare candidates side by side and avoid analysis paralysis. Rather than chasing trends, you look for clear value, a feasible path to payment, and an audience you can reach now. Case studies illustrate how small tweaks, like offering a premium version or bundling services, increase revenue without extra complexity. By the end of this phase, you are not hunting for a perfect idea. You are choosing a good enough idea that can be tested fast, with low risk, and a high chance of early wins that build momentum. Secondly, design a compelling offer, positioning, and price. Once you have selected an idea, the next step is to transform it into a clear offer customers understand and want. The book shows how to define a specific outcome, name your solution, and position it so buyers instantly see why it matters. You craft a simple promise that connects features to benefits and remove friction by making it easy to buy. Pricing is treated as a signal of value, not a guess. You learn to set a fair number based on the problem solved, time saved, or revenue gained, then add an anchor or tier to increase average order value. The author provides scripts for pitches, product descriptions, and calls to action that avoid hype yet convert. You will also decide on a minimum viable format, from a one-page service menu to a small digital product or a limited pilot. The result is a focused offer with a clear audience, a short path to payment, and a message that resonates. Thirdly, validate fast with prototypes and real conversations. Validation is the heart of the 27-day plan. Instead of building in secret, you test with real people and real payment options as soon as possible. The book outlines quick prototypes such as a sample service, a one-page landing page, a pre-order form, or a short beta. You learn to make specific asks, such as a yes or no purchase decision, rather than vague feedback. Short cycles of outreach, response, and iteration reduce risk while revealing what customers truly value. The method favors tiny reversible bets over large sunk costs, so you can adapt without stress. Examples show how a freelancer filled a calendar with 5 targeted emails, and how a maker validated demand with a dozen pre-orders before production. The process trains you to listen for purchase signals, refine your messaging, and adjust scope or bonuses to increase conversions. By proving demand early, you lock in confidence and clarity for a lean launch. Fourthly, launch plan, storytelling, and customer acquisition. The book provides a day-by-day launch sequence that turns preparation into sales. You set a firm launch date, finalize your offer, and ready key assets such as a short pitch, a benefit-led landing page, and a simple checkout. Then you execute a small but focused campaign across channels you can control. This includes a short email series, direct outreach to warm contacts, and a social post plan that highlights outcomes and proof. Storytelling plays a central role. You share why the offer exists, who it helps, and what results early users achieved. The author supplies templates for interest lists, first customer follow-up, and a limited time incentive that encourages action without pressure. You also learn basic analytics to track visits, sign-ups, and sales, so you can double down on what works during launch week. The emphasis is clarity, speed, and personal connection, which often outperform complex tactics for first revenue. Lastly, iterate, scale, and manage risk for the long term. After the first sales, the focus shifts to refinement and growth. You review results, note objections, and improve the offer, messaging, or onboarding. Small upgrades such as packaging a bundle, adding a premium tier, or offering a recurring plan can lift revenue without adding hours. The book encourages building simple systems for delivery, payment, and customer support, so the side hustle remains manageable alongside a day job. You learn how to schedule weekly sprints, track key metrics, and create feedback loops that guide smart changes. The author also addresses common obstacles, including time constraints, fear of selling, and the myth that success requires large budgets. Practical advice on basic legal setup, record keeping, and risk reduction keeps you safe while you grow. Finally, you consider whether to maintain, replicate, or replace the hustle, treating it as part of a portfolio. The goal is sustainable income, optionality, and ongoing learning, all achieved through steady, low-risk iteration. In conclusion, side hustle is ideal for employees, freelancers, students, and busy parents who want extra income without gambling on a risky startup. If you have limited time, modest resources, and a desire to act, this book removes guesswork with a proven 27-day structure. It stands out because it breaks big goals into small daily moves, provides scripts and checklists that tell you exactly what to do, and emphasizes fast validation over endless planning. You benefit by learning how to spot opportunities, shape offers, and launch quickly, skills that pay off across careers and ventures. Compared with generic entrepreneurship books, this guide focuses on practical execution, low-risk experiments, and real customer results. You will finish with a live offer, first buyers, and a method you can repeat for future ideas. Buy this book if you value clarity, speed, and confidence, and want a realistic path from idea to income on your timeline. If you would like to support Chris Guillebeau, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.
1 minute can open your eyes. One book can open your world. Knowledge gives you power.